All right. I'm going to go ahead and record this right quick here. So, honestly, I just saw this meme and I was like, this is a good ass meme. So, I decided to put it up. Y'all can feel as you want to about it, but I thought I'd talk again about doomerism a little bit. I'm going to wait and see tomorrow if I get hired on at this job. It's not anything brilliant, let's be honest, but it'll keep me sustained, and I can at least start to pay my loans off, or my loan, singular, for college. Get that paid off. But a lot of doomerism out there, a lot of doomerism, a lot of climate change worries, a lot of uh, upsetness about what it means to be an American or whichever, right? Declining birth rates worldwide. We see a lot of doomerism. And I think that it's very simplistic of me to simply say, well, just believe in God and put it in God's hands, and pray and get down on your knees. You know, get your rosary out. There's a lot of, like I say, a lot of folks feel that is part of the problem. And I think that's, like I say, I go back and forth basically. I think just as any person of faith does in some way. There were those moments where I just remember just like, oh, just so upset and just so angry. I'm like, tell me what you want, God. Tell me what you want. I remember saying this. I had an experience like that a couple of nights ago, actually. It was just one of those nights where you're just kind of like, you've been at home for a few days. Yeah, well, it's been more than a few days. It's been months. But and you feel like crap. And you just feel like you are on this Ouroboros, or a Mobius strip. I'm using some big words here. Of just kind of going in the same circles. And I feel that way right now. Like, yeah, I got my degree, but has a whole lot changed? No. Could it? I hope. I hope and I pray that it does. But I do know as well that there are massive problems that are coming. There's a lot of fear and there's a lot of worry. There's a lot of it. I don't claim to have the answers. And I know people always say that because they do that to cover their ass. And I'm doing that equally the same way. But the thing is, this is the society that we are in. These are the times that we are living in. And honestly, I think that there's a fine line between doomerism and just becoming excited by any sort of little event that could cause something worse. Such as, well, what I've talked about over and over, but the event, which won't be named, that occurred in January of this year, changed a lot of people. And I think you come to a point where you've learned about these different events, and you watch the news and you just laugh. No time for tears. When you get older, you don't have time for tears. It takes a lot of energy to cry. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. It takes a lot of energy to cry. It's a lot less energy to start laughing and thinking about your life. You know, a lot of shit is going to occur. I'm not going to get too religious, but I do feel that everyone will be tested appropriately by God. And I don't like to get into that. I don't. But I should talk about it more. I do feel that there's a belief there. I think it's better to have a belief in God, whatever that form is. And I'm going to sound very centrist and very, but whether it's God, Jesus Christ, Allah, etc., etc. I'm going to leave the rest of them open. But if you have that belief and you do the good works and you do the best you can to help your family or to help the people around you in some way so that they don't get hurt or so that they don't get swindled or whatever, that's all you can hope for, in my opinion. Try to tell people little aspects of it. You can be subtle or you can just be straight up blunt about it, but just be subtle and say, don't mess with that guy. He's a swindler, or don't go work for them. That place will have you working for, 40 hours and they're going to screw you over and pay or whatever the case may be. If you can do that, then I think you're on the better path. And maybe that's simplified. I'm trying to be somewhat more uplifting, even though we're talking about doomerism, but it can't simply be like, well, we're all going to, die, this and that. Of course we are. Carbon-based life forms. Of course we're going to die. What the hope is, what the hopium is that we can teach the next generation, hopefully, to hopefully not fall down, I'm using hopefully a lot, sorry, but to not fall down the same traps and not to get caught in the same traps that previous generations did. It's inevitable to some degree because there's arrogance, there's a lot of screw you old man sort of mentality, absolutely. But hopefully somebody can wake up and be like, maybe we should heed what that old man says or what that old woman says. Maybe we should. And I think that's the best we can do. I think people can get into, a lot of really nasty stuff and everything. I don't have the psyche and I don't have the wanting to dig into all the deeper conspiracy theories out there. I don't. And I don't have the will to. I'm sure it exists, but there's a lot of fear mongering around the conspiracy, between in the truther community. There's a lot of this fear mongering that exists. And I don't have the psyche for it. Like I say, I've said this before, I'll say it again, is 2012, I can't speak for everybody, but 2012 destroyed my sense of fear in a lot of ways. Because a lot of people said, look at the Mayan calendar, this and that. It's all going to end. Made a movie about it. History Channel had their documentary. Scared a lot of people. And to a point, even though, like I say, there wasn't much I could do, but it took a lot of that out of me. And it goes back to a belief. I'm sure other people have. I don't think I'm, reinventing the wheel here, but There's only so much emotion you have inside of you. There's only so much. And I think when you use it up on worrying, or if you use it up on crying over some girl or whatever, then you're left numb. Or that you want to feel. There are moments that I want to feel, but it's just not there. And there are those moments as well. Or you want to feel something. You want to try to show empathy, but it's not there. And I'm not going to get into my personal life, but the thing is, though, that's how I feel. And I'm sure that there are plenty of people like that out there. They go through a lot of events, and maybe there's some event that maybe re-trigger it, and it all comes out. But I think that there are some people that have been through so much that they, like I say, not me necessarily, but let's stop talking about that. The thing is that people have gone through enough stuff where they just they don't really feel. But maybe I'm being, like I say, let's finish up on a high note. Let's finish up on a better note. The better note is I'm trying to give an actual good note. I think that the good note is this. I think the stories, I think the general mood of things is changing. And hopefully with that, there will be a brief time where people will be introspective and we'll see the truth in things. It's not going to last. I know it's not going to last. People naturally want to go back to those things to, stay in their happy place, right? Millions of people in this country rely on football to keep them entertained, or basketball, or the drama that surrounds that, right? That's been created by corporations. It's been created by, something that was, about a game, and still does exist in some cases, even with baseball as well. But it has become commodified. It has become a way to control people. And there was a brief moment during this COVID, the real big lockdown here in the United States, where people were upset. People were upset at the NBA players. They were upset at them for cucking to China, or for talking about BLM and threatening a walkout, this and that. And of course, like I say, I know this happened with Kaepernick as well. I'm not gonna. I don't even care about that. That's just played out. Just that's performative, in my opinion. But during the lockdown, there was that moment where folks said, screw sports ball. And that's all you can ask for, are those glimmers, those moments where you say, people have woken up. And if you can grab enough people, and I'm going to use I was going to use the Matrix reference, but let's do it like this. Like, if you can grab enough people out of this, what can I say that's not going to be controversial or just cringe? Because I was going to say like Plantation or the Matrix. I was like, those are both played out. If you can grab people from the orphanage, man, this is bad. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to do it. If you can grab enough people from the orphanage and say, welcome to real life, that's all that matters. Is those few people, even if it's that one or two people, that are able to finally say, screw TV, screw the media, screw these, the companies that own, Chicago Bulls or whatever, screw all of them. I'm willing to see where this goes. And they're going to go where they're going to go. And you have helped someone to enlighten them on how things could be. What path they go down is what path they go down. You don't have any control over it, but you have awakened them. And they may not thank you. Don't expect that. But to say that you brought that one person out and to say, there you go. They may not appreciate it, but I think that they will have a peace of mind that a lot of other folks will never have. And with that, I think that's it. I hope you'll enjoy that more of an inspirational, somewhat touchy-feely sort of like, hopefully it's not like Joel Osteen type of crap. Hopefully it's not that, but hopefully I'll enjoy that. See you later, and a goodbye.